Alright, yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another Boku No Roblox video. So here we are back again in the main game with another quirk, of course, because this might be the last legendary quirk video of me explaining legendary quirks, why it's really good in this certain topic. And now we have, in my opinion, the most OP quirk, the most overpowered of them all, the strongest quirk in my opinion in the whole game, none other than Explosion, which this quirk actually pretty much excels in everything, which outmatches every other quirk in this game. And I'm gonna be explaining to you guys why this quirk is the best. But before we start the showcase, I want you guys to comment down below what games do you want me to play in Roblox, like what other type of games, like other than Boku No Roblox, because of course I'm gonna be expanding my content, not just Boku No Roblox. Or like, if you guys have some video suggestions, let me know down below. If you guys want anything else, leave some comments down below, because you know I'm gonna be making more videos soon. And yeah, let's start the showcase. Cue the intro.
Now I'm ready, I'ma blow up.
So right now we are in the game and we are trying to defeat Nomu with Explosion, which is really easy because of course we have Explosion, the most OP quirk in the whole game in my opinion. And of course some people will disagree on me on this one because, you know, not everyone has the same opinions and beliefs, but this is based off of my opinion because like Explosion pretty much excels in everything. Like it outmatches every other quirk. The closest quirk that can probably be near Explosion probably going to be half hot half cold, but other than that, pretty much Explosion outmatches every other quirk in the game. But anyways, let's start why this quirk is the most OP quirk in my opinion. So the first reason why this quirk is honestly the best is, of course, just like what I said a while ago, this quirk pretty much excels in like pretty much everything: raids, farming, PvP, and mobility. If you combine those all, doing those at the same time, which you can't, like you can use Explosion for like farming, even mobility, even raids, doing raids, and PvPs, because you know Explosion's first skill, Q, is already a really good skill because of the large AoE and the large amount of damage it does. The crazy amount of damage it does, you know, it's so insane. And the reason why this quirk is really good for PvP is because this quirk makes a huge amount of AoE. Like it's really hard to dodge the explosion moves, because as you can see those, even like the particles, like the small particles of like Explosion, you can't even dodge those and it still does damage to you. And of course, every single move of Explosion does a huge amount of damage, which is really crazy. I think the developers need to nerf the explosion damage, or like make the explosion smaller, because you know it's really unfair for other people who are trying to PvP Explosion users. Like for example, this one, the Z skill. In my opinion, the Z skill is honestly the most OP move in Explosion, and I know some people will also disagree with me on that one, because you know on pretty much every quirk the V skill is honestly the most OP, but I don't think that's the case with Explosion, because like, oh my god, I just fell to the map. But it doesn't matter because we can fly. I'm gonna be explaining why the Z skill is the most OP move in Explosion, because like you guys know the Q skill, of course it only does 1 damage, and you know, imagine 3 explosions hitting you at once, 3 Qs hitting you at once. Your health would be down to very low health already. Like it will drain most of your health bar if you're trying to PvP with Explosion. That's why the Z skill is the most OP move, and the V skill is, you know, nothing compared to the Z skill, because like the V skill even has like some sort of dash which you can control your character, which ruins your movement speed or like your movement in raids, which most likely is gonna screw you up when there's like, you know, so many no moves and like there's a boss, like you can get stunned using the V skill. That's why I think the Z skill is the most OP move of Explosion. I recommend you guys abuse that move if you're like in raids or in PvPs. So the next move is X, which is the AP shot, which is a decent move, and I think that move is a good combo with the Z skill. because like they are both long range and they're both really good for PvP. So like if you use X and then you use Z, They're both long range. You can keep abusing that move. Those two moves, you can keep abusing those two moves until you get your opponent like very, very low health, and then you can come at them with the C skill, which is the C skill makes like a huge, kind of like an upgraded version of the Q skill, but it's a lot larger. But I don't really use the C skill that much since it's just, you know, short range, but it still does a huge amount of damage. If like your opponent is near you, you can use the C skill, but I don't think that's gonna happen that much because, you know, in PvPs you have to stay distant from your opponent. That's why some people don't use it that much. But I think this move would be really good for raid, if like, because, you know, in raids NPCs follow you, and that way you can use the C skill to like wipe out pretty much all of them. And anyways, moving on to the V skill, we have the howitzer impact, which Bakugo does in the anime. Back at the time when I still do a lot of PvPs with explosion users, I don't see that much players keep using the V skill in like PvPs when they are trying to damage me with this skill. They don't use it that much, but from what I remember, they use the V skill to like buy time. They just keep flying and then they use V, and then they try to go up very, very high, and then they're gonna use the V skill. That's what I remember. But the final explosion, which is from the V skill, does a huge amount of damage. Like, it deals an insane amount of damage. You don't want to get hurt with that one because, of course, I think there's a chance that it may even one-shot you if you get hit with like pretty much all the skills of explosion. But for me, I still prefer the Z skill because it's a lot better in my opinion, which is really, really good. And moving on to the F skill is, of course, this one, which, you know, your hands light up and you deal an extra amount of damage, I'm pretty sure. There you go. It looks really cool. And what's even better is that way before, when like there were no gears update in Boku No Roblox, this was one of the few quirks that had a gadget which can increase your damage. And way before, there was only like, I don't know, 4 gadgets for like certain quirks. I kind of forgot. All I remember was the Gamma Suit from Deku 1 for All and the Explosion Gauntlets. And this was one of the few quirks that had a gadget, which is really, really cool. And it even increases your damage, which is really, really good as well. And there you have it. That is why this quirk is the most OP quirk in Boku No Roblox. And if you guys disagree with me on this one, then you can leave your thoughts down below in the comments. We can talk about it maybe. And if you guys would like to see some other quirks other than legendary quirks in this channel, let me know down below. Comment down below what you guys want to see in this channel, what quirk do you want to see. Let me know down below what quirk do you guys want to see in a video, so I have some video ideas for me. I am planning on doing, I don't know, maybe a clones prank. I'm not sure, or like, you know, flying around with Jet. I honestly have no idea. That's why I want you guys to comment down below what you guys want to see in this channel. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think about me saying that Explosion is pretty much the best quirk and outmatches every other quirk in Boku No Roblox. Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. Stay alty and peace out.